Hey everybody, I'm Kelly Ellers.
I'm Jeffrey Lunnan.
And this is Volume Up by the Tease. We're here. We're almost to the holidays. Happy holiday season, I should say.
Yeah, happy holidays, plural. It's that weird time of year where it's like, what is happening? Let's do it next year. Next year's only a couple of days away.
We're kicking the can down the road into 2023.
It's crazy.
I almost said 24.
Well, let's not get too far ahead of ourselves. But yeah, it feels like we might as well go to 2024 at this point.
So speaking of kicking it down the can, no, it's speaking of kicking the can down the road. That's the saying, Jeff.
That sounds better.
We're not going to have any pods over a little breaky time. So this is the last one. And I say, as I sign off, I will say goodbye to you and goodbye to our listeners until 2023, as will you.
We'll see you then. Gang. In the meantime, we're going to do some ranting about some stuff, and we will introduce you to our podcast guest. But the first thing that we want to talk about is that apparently thin brows are back. And as we are going into holiday parties, family photos, what are your thoughts on this trend?
I feel like it's one of those solids that doesn't need to come back, because have we as generation over generation not learned that the overplucking then takes decades to come back, or never comes back?
Or never come back. I mean,
never.
We've got famous personalities within our industry that have had implants. I mean, like restored. Yeah. Yes. I mean, and so to have gone from one extreme, I much prefer a natural brow. I mean, I've got unruly brows. I like that look. I'm cool with the bleached brow. We've talked about this. Like, go crazy. But like,
I was hoping to see that bleach brow in 2022, but I'm hopeful for 23 for you.
I was going to say 2023 is a whole new year. I'm worried what's going to happen to my face without the brows. But to that point, with a bleach, you can color it back. We can. I mean, I won't be this, but a to a little tiny line. No.
I mean, it was so much as that we now have full-on new services like micropowdering, microblading, that we're literally scraping back the brow in. And I have had it done several times, and it hurts a lot for me. So just don't do it. If anyone's thinking, just don't. Okay.
Yeah,
that's all we
Kelly,
have.
Several years in the future telling you, you're going to regret that. Save yourself the heartache and the pain. Don't do it.
No.
Plus it looks dumb. I'm just going to say it. It looks like, let's just rip off that Band-Aid while you're ripping off your brows. Like,
literally.
It doesn't.
You're on fire
good.
today. You're
like the 1920s when we that looked like no. And now, no, that was the whole thing. That's what everybody was like, look at us in 1997 and, and up to like 2004. That was a mistake.
It was a mistake.
We won't accept it.
Leave it in the past as we head into 2023.
Leave it in 2022. Don't bring it into 23.
So on that note, we can feel the passion coming through the microphone, Jeff. So I'm gonna leave us with that thought that is something that needs to be left in the past. But we're gonna talk about our awesome guest. On our last episode, we talked with Cassandra McLaughlin. She is an award-winning colorist, 3-time salon owner, certified business coach, and digital content creator. In both business and hair color, she believes strategy and intention are integral to success. As do I. She is widely recognized as a color correction expert and focuses on detailed yet efficient color services. As an international educator and featured on hundreds of stages, Cassandra is known for her dynamic and approachable style of education and for bringing practical solutions to complicated problems like color correction. Make sure you subscribe, rate, and review, and follow us on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and TikTok at Read the Tease, and send in questions to volumeup@thetease.com.
This week, we're talking with Keya Neal, friend of the podcast, a stylist whose passion for color and texture is unmatched. With over 28 years of experience, Keya Neal leads a national revolution breaking textural boundaries that have long separated those in the salon professional industry. Keya's passion for hair color and education led to the conception of Kolour Kulture, an educational resource for stylists who are particularly interested in the science of hair color and how it interacts with various hair textures. Keya then launched her cornerstone education series, Texture versus Race, at the Energizing Summit hosted by the American Board of Certified Hair Colorists, ABCH, which has since become a nationwide movement with the summit of its very own. She joins us to recap the TBR Summit 2022 that just took place in Baltimore.
I can't wait for you to get into that. I mean, I know that you had a great time at the summit. The education was absolutely phenomenal. So
out of this world.
Kudos to the team over there for pushing the envelope and getting the education in the industry that is needed. We love that. So thank you for getting the so important education into the literal hands of pros out there. That is the education we need for our industry. So Jeff, I've got another topic for you. So we covered brows. We're not going back there. Okay. But what I do want to know is, what do you think about today's packaging? So, there's a thought out there that Gen Z beauty brands are growing up. So brands that are targeted at younger consumers, whether it is in the pro space or consumer space, they're now loud, colorful, they're eye-catching, they have to jump off the shelves. And that's a little bit of a departure from some of those disruptor brands like Glossier with the sans serif type font, which I love me some of that too. But what do you think about this packaging?
I mean, I'm not Gen Z. Pains me to say it. Let me just put it out there. But I definitely am gravitating towards, like, it's doing its job. It's definitely interrupting shelf space. I'm much more likely to go to like the neon thing with the crazy font, especially because we are inundated with so many products,
right?
To like stand apart. It's really difficult. So I'm respecting the hustle, understand why we're doing it. It's going to look a little bit crazy. Like, how do you out each other? Like, we're going to get to a point where, exactly, right? Like, it's every moment is merchandising, which is great. But how do we keep that going? I worry about sustainability. Are we backsliding? So packaging is more like visually exciting, but is it sustainably produced? Are we worrying about ethical practices in manufacturing? Like, these are the things that I hope are not being traded off. I know that the BOF piece goes into a little bit of that. But these are the things that I'm thinking. Like, I'm excited, but I'm also leery. Whereas, like, like a Glossier clean packaging with, like, it's easier to do maybe some recycled packaging, for example, with like a stamp. So I don't know. What are your thoughts?
I mean, it's definitely that Gen Z, we know that they've got the buying power, right? So a lot of investors are pouring more money into that demographic and the purchase power around that. So we're seeing, again, those Gen Z focused brands that are looking beyond the core consumer to grab someone like you, right? Or me, that might be in it might be in the Le Labo or the Glossier sort of packaging realm. I too hope that we are always thinking about the planet, sustainability first. And I don't know. I suppose it's a case by case. But what I do love about some of it is I'm seeing refillables, right? So that's becoming a little bit more mainstream, which I love to see too, really across all consumer packaged goods. But I'm there for the wow, just like I'm picking my wine off the shelf, maybe back in the day, by the beautiful label. So I understand that there is power in the shock and awe.
Shock and awe. I love that. The refillables is definitely the most exciting thing to come of all of this. But yeah, I worry about that in terms of sustainability. Like, it's
fair,
Yeah.
It's a lot
I guess. But we can't expect to just go to like the vat of product, right? Like, that's where we really need to be, and that's not going to happen. So I should stop talking about that. That's a terrible idea. Things that are not terrible, the stuff that's on our site.
Yeah.
Our editorial team has been hard at work this week uncovering industry news, looking into trends, and diving into brands that you don't know, but you should. And here are some of our favorite headlines, including gift guides for people like me who are still not done with their holiday shopping. probably, definitely, by the time this airs, will still not be finished, which is a shame on me. That's a shame on me. It's my burden. But okay, first up, the article. Help make a difference this holiday season with these 5 hair gifts that give back. While gift giving is rewarding in itself, this year go the extra mile and opt for purchases that give back. To help you out, we've gathered 5 outstanding hair brands, all committed to a variety of different causes, and here are some of the best hair gifts that we've chosen. Head to thetease.com to get those last-minute gifts. I, for one, am very into the Devaness Advent Calendar, giving back to multiple orgs. Love to see that. Why not go all in, on like a bunch of different ones instead of just one? Which of these gifts would you maybe gift? I know you're done with your shopping.
It's done and dusted and it's already wrapped. Yeah, as of a couple days ago. But anyway, that's where we're at. Devaness has always been a brand that I have deeply admired. I think their packaging is absolutely beautiful. The products are amazing. So to get some little goodies in an advent calendar, like I'm all here for that. And the packaging is absolutely beautiful on said advent calendar. I also like the Yarak box. Again, each box with them comes with a pre-shampoo, conditioner, mousse, leave-in conditioner, styling whips, shine serum, and a hairspray. So it's a pretty complete little package. So head over to thetease.com to check out our article titled Help Make a Difference This Holiday Season with these 5 hair gifts that give back.
Next up, we talked about things that maybe you don't know, but you should. And here's one of those that I definitely didn't know. The article is called Squalene. Squalene is the plant-derived ingredient your skincare routine has been missing. In recent years, squalene has quickly become one of the must-have ingredients in skincare. This multi-purpose skin savior not only moisturizes and hydrates skin, but also helps to reduce fine lines and wrinkles, as well as calming irritation and redness. If you're looking to improve skin texture, heal sunburn and UV damage, or simply keep your face plumped and glowing, including a squalene-based product in your skincare routine has numerous benefits. This article goes in depth on what squalene is, what the benefits are, and the best products to add to your routine. Head to thetease.com to learn it all. I knew nothing. I walked away learning a whole bunch more. Is squalene something that you would double tap on now?
Okay, first, before we get there, you may notice that Jeffrey pronounced squalene and squalene differently. Well, yes. Our bodies produce a lipid called squalene with an E to moisturize and rejuvenate our skin. By the time you're 20s, 30s, and 40s like me, we're toast. It begins to decrease in our skin and it looks dry and damaged. Okay. That is
drag my pronunciation and drag your skin. We love to see it. But yeah, thank you for setting the record straight.
You're welcome. And in order for it to become stabilized and used in skincare, it has to be hydrogenated and then it becomes squalane with an A, all of which I knew absolutely zero about. But clearly these products are very important. They are in amazing products like Tatcha, which I absolutely love those line. Products like Augustinus Bader, which are amazing. So I'm here to learn on the pod today. So thank you, Squalene, and Jeffrey.
Wow. But yeah, seriously, get into that. And last but not least, we're excited. Events are coming back. We're looking forward to in 2023. The article is called Redken Symposium is going on tour next year, and we have all the details. Redken is giving salon pros everywhere even more of a reason to look forward to 2023. The hair care brand recently announced that its beloved Symposium franchise will be officially back in person next year. With the 2023 Redken Symposium on tour, The Power Connection, stylists will be given the opportunity to have face-to-face connections that matter and learn from Redken artists and ambassadors. Ultimately, Redken's goal with this event is to help stylists gain more tools and knowledge to service their clients better and excel in the hairdressing industry so that they can learn better, earn better, and live their best lives. Head to thetease.com to see all the deets. Kelly, it says that there's a symposium tour stop in Latin America. Let's go. Let's make it
go.
happen.
I mean, anywhere that Sam Villa goes, I shall follow. Because he is absolutely incredible. I mean, the whole Redken team and the Redken brand and the heritage behind it, I absolutely am a big fan of them. And we've had some of their crazy cool artists on the pod before. So check out the Redken Symposium on tour, all the deets at thetease.com.
As always, so much going on thetease.com. Thank you to our hardworking editors. We are proud to publish the stories that salon pros and consumers care about. Next up, my recap with Keya Neal.
All right, Jeff, I'm so glad we got a full recap. I mean, clearly our amazing you and Adriana, our social media editor, were there and really getting the tidbits from all of the attendees. I heard in some feedback from some team members adjacent to the pod that were there that the techniques they learned were absolutely phenomenal. And it actually may change the way they actually cut textured hair. And that is why we are here. That is why we are here to bring topics like this forward and to cover education in our industry because it is needed.
Couldn't say it better myself. What a thrill. Can't wait for TVR in 2023.
Here we go. Be sure to hit subscribe, rate, and review, and follow us on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and TikTok at Read the Tease, and send in questions to volumeup@thetease.com.
Volume Up is a Tease Media production. This episode was produced by Monica Hickey and Madeline Hickey. Brian Daly is our editor and audio engineer. Thank you to Josh Landowski and Nathan Bulks for the custom Volume Up theme song, and thank you to our creative team for putting together the graphics for this episode.